The crew members have been working toward a planned spacewalk on Sunday when Wilmore and Verts will lay 400 feet of cable out on the station truss and rig a pair of antennae for the C2V2 system. That's Common Communications for Visiting Vehicles. That's going to be used for rendezvous and navigation for American commercial crew vehicles and other visiting vehicles that will be arriving at the station to link up to the soon-to-be-installed international docking adapters. This morning, the International Space Station's mission management team assessed the preparations for that EVA, including having a discussion about a small quantity of water that was found in Terry Virts' helmet at the conclusion of the spacewalk on Wednesday. And after all of those discussions, the IMMT was a unanimous go for the spacewalk coming up on Sunday morning. To bring us up to speed on all of these issues this morning, we're joined by Increment 42 Lead EVA Officer Alex Kanellakos. Let me get you to start by bringing us up to speed on the situation with Terry's suit. What did you see at the end of the spacewalk on Wednesday?
All right. Well, so Wednesday we completed successfully EVA 30, and at the end of the EVA during repress of the airlock, Terry noticed some water in his helmet. And at the end of the EVA, when we got him out of the spacesuit, he was able to quantify that water by pulling some of it into a syringe. And he also commented that the back of his neck was a little wet, and that his comm cap, which is his it makes his ability to talk and communicate to the ground and the other crew members, it was also a little moist. And he reported about a quantity of 15. He estimated about 15 milliliters of water.
That's a very small amount.
It's a very small amount, and our suits are known to. During repress, basically, when you connect to the umbilical, you have a lot of cold air that's going past the cooling system of the suit, and this air will often condense. And as we repress, we have high-density gas that's flowing past this condensed water now that can often move the water over the crew member's helmet. And we have actually a spec of that. It's about 57 milliliters is what we expect to be pushed up to 57 milliliters.
You're saying that you expect there's a specification for
there's
that
a spec
much
amount, yes, and it doesn't always happen. It often depends on how cool the crew member's EMU, his spacesuit is, and so I kind of feel, just kind of for reference here, this is about 57 milliliters of water in this water bottle here, and you can see, like, if I turn it to the side, you can see how it flattens out, like he saw on his visor. It flattens out, and it can look really big, but it's less than a golf ball size. Of water.
And so you're saying that this is something that you expect. That was the area that you begin to investigate.
Correct. So this spacesuit is actually known to have what we call carryover water. That's what we call this type of occurrence, and we've had 7 other occurrences of this carryover on the spacesuit. And so yes, it is a known. We call it basically a feature of the EMU, the spacesuit.
It's not a danger to the crew members at a quantity that small.
That's correct. So going back to my water bottle here, EVA 22 and 23, when at the end of EVA 23, when Luca had the water in his helmet, it was twice the amount of water that can fit into this water bottle. So
the entire bottle.
The entire bottle. So you can see that this amount is almost, an order of magnitude less than what Luca saw.
So, and this is something you've seen before, and in fact expect it to happen.
Not necessarily expected every time, but we've seen it. It's a known feature of our EMUs, and that's why we monitor a lot of the parameters on the ground, the data that we receive from the EMU, and we're continually getting data, and we're watching that to see if we're having any occurrences of this situation or of the situation that Luca had, and they're very different occurrences.
So, is everything else all set to go on Sunday too?
So, as you mentioned today, the crew is working a lot in preparations for their EVA on Sunday, and that will be EVA 31, and they'll be deploying the C2V2 communication system. They've been working on their tool config, and tool config takes several hours to basically configure all the tools and hardware that they'll be taking out the door, from RETs or tethers to the actual antennas that they will be taking out the door. That's what they're preparing today. And in addition to that, they have lots of procedure review, and also they need to get their suits ready to go out the door one more time.
So in fact, they moved some tasks off of the schedule for today in order to give them more time to get ready.
That's correct. So these EVAs, this is a series of 3 EVAs. It's the most that we've ever done in a row since Space Shuttle. And so they're complicated EVAs, and we want to make sure that the crew is prepared for them and has plenty of time to get ready for them.
Great. Alex, thanks for bringing us up to speed on what's going on.
Well, thank you.
Increment 42 Lead EVA Officer, Alex Kanelakos.